In part two of No Days Off with Chuck Jaco, presented by Yark, the Perrysburg athletic director addresses just some of the challenges he faced over the last year. Here's BCSN's Claire Dow with Chuck Jaco.
How has it been leaning on each other as athletic directors? Just because I know you have a lot of respect for folks in the area.
I have the benefit of sitting on the Northwest Ohio Athletic Directors Board as a member of the NLL, and then I'm also on the state AD board as the Northwest Ohio rep. And throughout this process, being able to have that networking going on, I don't know if I could have got through without that. You know, we're all competitive, right? We've all played the game, we've all coached. And it's the camaraderie that has been developed throughout this. That's another amazing unintended outcome. I'm closer than I've ever been with the Northern Lake League ADs and ADs from across Northwest Ohio. And early on in this, when nobody knew what was going on, we were waiting for all the weekly updates from OHSAA. We started a Zoom session, and there would be 100, 125 ADs from Northwest Ohio. Everybody bouncing ideas, and then so we created a Google Share Drive. Now, I never would share my trade secrets with the rivalry and the enemy, but I'm telling them this is what we're doing, and this is what I gave to coaches as a guideline for COVID, and we started sharing things, and so that's kind of cool. And so if anything's good, probably one of the best things to come out of this is just that camaraderie, the networking, the relationships that you build with people you really didn't know, and we have leaned on each other. And if I didn't have that therapy, that therapeutic outlet, because they're living the same life that I am, and probably maybe one of the few people that really understand what it's really like. You know, I like to sugarcoat. I'm a very eternal optimist. I don't want to underestimate, this has been a grind. This has been depleting at times. And if I didn't have those other ADs just to have a therapy session, just to vent or get ideas, you know, and learn and things. So it's been pretty nice to have that take place.
I've been so impressed with just the resiliency of student athletes all across the board. I can only imagine having to deal with all this stuff at the age that they are.
Yeah, I mean, beyond impressed with the level of maturity that they've handled, the self-responsibility that they've done. It's been phenomenal from the fall to the winter. It's the one reason why I feel like we're still playing is because the kids are making it work. There's a reason why we're here in the middle of December still. It's because we're doing it as best as we can, as safe as we can. Not 100% foolproof, but it's as safe as possible. And my fear has always been, and you've heard the governor, lieutenant governor say this, if we got rid of high school sports, I mean, there's a lot of mental health components to this. And I talk about, you know, my kids missing out on their social life. There's a mental health piece of that. Being on a Zoom remote all day for education is not the pedagogy and that we've learned the best for kids. And there's that mental health piece. The mental health piece is also for the adults. I've had some bouts of missing on that. I'm a social person. I want to hang out. This year we've missed a state AD conference, which is probably my favorite time of the year because that's the time where the football season ends. It's not winter. All the athletic directors come together, and who better to hang out for 4 days with than those people? I always go to the National AD conference. I've been there the last 4 years. It was remote. They did the best they could, but without that connection, that's a human need that's missing. And that's you know, if we got rid of sports, that need, that connection with teammates, all those life lessons that high school athletics transfers to in the real world. I mean, only 3% of our kids are going to go on to play college sports. Only 0.02% are going to play professionally. So 97% of our kids, the last time they play athletics is here in this building, in this environment. But all those things that they take, that's why I'm sitting here in this chair, because of the positive experiences I had and the impacts my coaches and teachers made. And you always want to pay that forward. And there's a saying, the best teachers never forget what it's like to be a student. The best principals never forget what it's like to be a teacher. And as an AD, I'm a coach of coaches. I miss coaching. I coached, I mean, I don't know, a lot of people know, I coached for 33 straight seasons. I had 11 years of 3 sports. It was a smaller school where you can do that, but at Northwood, I mean, I've coached a lifetime in just 11 years, and I've just been wired like that. But the reason I did that is because I really, truly believe what high school sports did for me. And to give back and to be in this profession, I walk into these hallways every day proud. Even 6 years later, I'm always thinking, wow, I got the coolest job my dream job, you know, and I just want to be here as long as they'll keep me. But I truly see myself 12 years from here, you're still around, we're still going to be talking, I'm going to be in this role. And there's something to be said for having a passion for something that you do, something that you truly believe in and the benefits that it provides. And I'll keep fighting and I'll keep working 27 hours a day, 8 days a week to make sure that these kids have those experiences.